another day of the week. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Chasing That Paper, presented by VegasInsider. Flying solo today, so we're in and out a little bit faster than usual. So Ian and I combined to go 3-3 with our picks here on Monday. But even Steven not going to cut it around here, so we'll try to do a little bit better than that today. Guys, do me a favor. If you're watching on YouTube right now, give this video a like and make sure you are subscribing to this channel. Okay, that is enough small talk here, guys. Let's get right into the action. We're going to start things off with the Week 3 asshole parlay for the NFL. 1-1 on these this season, so we'll try to get 2-1 and slim pickings for this bet type here for Week 3, but two teams I really like. We're going to pair the Kansas City Chiefs with Philadelphia Eagles. Take them both on the money line, put them on a parlay. Comes in right around even money. So the Kansas City Chiefs on an absolute roll. Going back to last season, they are 13-2. They've beaten up on everybody except for Cincinnati Bengals, who have 2 wins versus them in that span. Pretty big gap between these offenses here with Mahomes playing at an MVP level, and KC, of course, on extra rest. And this is one of those in hindsight things, but what is there to like about the Indianapolis Colts? Well, aside from Jonathan Taylor, absolutely nothing. Frank Wright is an absolute bum who can't get this team up to start a season after how things ended last year. Getting shut out in Jacksonville? Are you kidding me? Matt Ryan looks totally washed up out there as well. As for the Eagles over at Washington leg, the Eagles smash bad teams. This is what they do. Look at their game logs from last season. Double-digit wins last season over the Falcons, Lions, Broncos, Saints, Jets, this Washington team, and the Giants. This is absolutely not a letdown spot for the Eagles. So how are they going to smash Washington? I think they do it on the ground. Washington is dead last, allowing 7.5 yards per rush attempt so far this season. Philly, fantastic on the ground, tied for 5th in yards per rush attempt. Look for Hurts and Sanders to run all over them. So there you have the asshole parlay for Week 3, from the football field to the baseball field. Got a trio of prop bets, unusual ones. So let's rip right through these. We're going to start things off with the Minnesota Twins to go over their their first 5 team total of 2.5. That one's coming in at -130. So Zach Greinke on the man here for the Royals. This guy has been incredible at home this season. He has a 1.93 ERA, 2 or fewer earned runs in 10 of 11 home starts for Zach Greinke. Kidding me? And some mediocre results for the Twins versus right-handed pitching. They are 23rd in OPS versus righties over the last month. So give me the Twinkies to go under their first 5 team total. Next up, look who's on the mound here for the Washington Nationals. We got Patrick Corbin, and of course, whenever Corbin's on the mound, the question is, how do you fade this guy? Well, the way we'll fade him tonight, we'll take him to go over 2.5 earned runs, coming in at -150. So absolutely pathetic results on the road for Patrick Corbin this season. A 7.83 ERA in 14 road starts. In 11 of those 14, he's allowed 3 or more earned runs, and he's getting absolutely obliterated versus the Braves here this season. He has a 9.88 ERA and 3 starts against some games of 5, 4, and 6 earned runs allowed. Corbin versus the Braves. We'll take him to go over his earned run total of 2.5. And we'll wrap things up with this big game. The Tigers and the Orioles getting after him. Look who's on the mound here for the Tigers. Joey Wentz. Do we have any Joey Wentz fans watching the program today? And no relation to Carson Wentz. I'm sure to look into that. So we're going to take him to go over his strikeout total. It's only a 3.5, -145. Great spot, in my opinion. He's topped this in 3 straight, including 5 versus the Astros his last time out. Anyone who bets K-props knows that that is not an easy feat. The Orioles really struggling versus left-handed pitching right now. Last in Major League Baseball over the last month in OPS, so he should be able to go deep to a pitch count. The O's striking out a lot versus lefties. The 6th highest K percentage versus left-handed pitching over the last month. So Joey Wentz to go over 3.5. Who else is giving out Joey Wentz props today? along with props to support Zach Greinke. You won't find that anywhere else but on Chasing That Paper. Okay, so 4 total bets we just ripped off. If you're looking for a place to place some of these bets, I recommend BetMGM. Let me tell you a little bit about them. Kick off the new pro football season with the king of sportsbooks. Sign up with BetMGM using the code VIBONUS, and your first wager is risk-free up to $1,000. That's VI bonus, all one word, no spaces, and your first wager is risk-free up to $1,000. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. You must be 21 or older. BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. So, a little water break here, flying solo after all. So Monday Night Football, we had kind of a doubleheader last night. I didn't really like how those games overlapped. I don't think that made a whole lot of sense. Why not start one game a little bit earlier than the first one did, and maybe start the other one a little bit later? But hey, I'll take it. We don't want to complain too much because it is football. So you don't want to overreact too much to one game, but that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. As for the Buffalo Bills, who wants to step in front of this team and bet against them? I know some people are telling me it looks like a good spot for Miami, a trap game for the Bills on short rest traveling down to play in that heat. I don't know about that. I am a Dolphins fan, but this could very well be one of the best teams in football that we've seen over the past couple seasons. Look how they've opened the year. Wins of 21 on the road versus the defending champions and a 34-point win versus Tennessee. Now, I know Josh Allen's going to get all the headlines, and rightfully so. The guy should be the favorite to win MVP. But this defense really flying under the radar. Just 17 points allowed through 2 games. Absolutely lights out stuff. So favorite by 5.5 in Miami in a spot. I hate to admit it, but it kind of reeks of a bit of a letdown spot for the Dolphins after that dramatic win over the Ravens on Sunday. The Bills have 7 straight wins over Miami, 6 of which by double digits. So they've really had their number. So I'll probably stay away from the side on that one. Kind of looking at that over 52 and that. By the way, the Bills 7-1 in their last 8 games going back to last season. All 7 wins by double digits. Meanwhile, the Tennessee Titans, this team looks like they are in a lot of trouble. They did an awful job of trying to replace A.J. Brown. The decline of Derrick Henry clearly here. It will be a slow decline. I think it's time for the Malik Willis era to start. You got to see what you have in the kid Tennessee underdogs at home versus the underperforming Raiders here in week 3. Now on to the Eagles-Vikings game. Fantastic performance by Jalen Hurts. And he could easily ascend to being a top 10 quarterback in the NFL by the end of the season. You know, he has all the tools. He's obviously fantastic on the ground, throws a great deep ball. Great at throwing on the run here, too. So let's give Jalen Hurts a lot of credit. But I think the real storyline of this game is Kirk Cousins taking multiple steps back in his career. You know, who's kind of getting the monkey off his back a little bit and changing the narrative a little bit. Just 7 interceptions all of last season. Everyone kind of wants to throw Mike Zimmer under the bus, myself included. But that was absolutely pathetic, what we saw from Kirk Cousins in prime time. You know, he had that reputation as a guy who shrinks in big games, and he was absolutely rattled last night. 3 awful interceptions, pretty bad fumble, too. So that really hurt. You know, I was on the Vikings on a teaser. If you've been following my content, you know I'm high on the Vikings this season. Probably a good bounce-back spot for them. Sets up pretty nicely for them at home versus a pretty bad Lions defense here in week 3. So, big picture, yeah, the Vikings, I still think they probably go on to have a pretty good regular season, but you can't trust Kirk Cousins in a big spot, can you? Okay, so if you love what we do here at Vegas Insider, you're going to want to check out our brand new app, the Vegas Insider app. Check it out today. We've got up-to-date, easy-to-navigate odds for every major sport. We have all the latest odds, best bet videos, and podcast props, trends, futures, news, all on the Vegas Insider app. Download the Vegas Insider app right now on Apple and Android. Bet better with the Vegas Insider app. Okay, viewer picks. Okay, picks from the CTP crew. Just one here today. We'll get producer Tito to throw it up. Our guy J-Rod. J-Rod's giving us a winner or two. He's buying Green Bay up to +3.5, so no push. Fading the Bucks. Injuries Mike Evans is going to add in the San Francisco money line at plus 214 versus DraftKings. The Broncos stink. 100% they do. And are apparently coached by Weekend at Bernie's. Jimmy gets full week of practice, and the Death Star is now active in San Francisco. I like both of those spots. I think that the Buccaneers, of course, they won in week 2. I was against them. I was on the Saints. But, yeah, I think that's a good spot for Green Bay. You know, they get some momentum after that rough start in week 1. Meanwhile, the Broncos absolutely stink. You know, this wasn't a team that was a quarterback away from all of a sudden being a Super Bowl contender. Nathaniel Hackett, this guy is a total joke, and it's always got to be a red flag. Like, what was the selling point of Nathaniel Hackett? He came from a team where Matt LaFleur pretty much ran the offense, and you had Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback. So you're going to be impressed by Nathaniel Hackett based on that as his most recent job on his resume? I don't think so. Completely, totally embarrassing stuff there from the Broncos. Okay, final live read of today. It's time for today's Handicapper Heat Check presented by, of course, VegasInsider.com. Your home for the best expert picks in the business since 1997. Today, we recognize Alex Smart, who can be found at on Twitter at AlexSmartSport1. Alex is heating up on the diamond with a 4-0 MLB record. The last 3 days, score today's winning MLB plays by visiting VegasInsider.com/picks or by clicking Alex's promo on the Vegas Insider homepage. That's your Handicapper Heat Check. Stay hot, bettors! Woo! Alex Smart on a 4-0 run in Major League Baseball. So that's it, guys. In and out. In about 11 minutes, that might be a record here at Chasing That Paper. So a lot coming up here at Vegas Insider. Make sure you stay tuned. 6 p.m. tonight, Down to the Wire with Kevin Rogers. He'll be joined by Brian Edwards this evening. So find that right here on the Vegas Insider YouTube page, which I hope you are subscribed to by now. So that's it. Good luck with your bets tonight, unless you are fading me. And as always, keep chasing that paper. Whoa!